Welcome to Pick 10. If you're searching for standout new films to watch in 2025, this list has you covered. From high-octane action and intense thrillers to horror, drama, and wild comebacks, these movies deliver something exciting for everyone. Whether you're into political chaos, supernatural horrors, or franchise reboots, this lineup is packed with bold stories and unforgettable characters. Let's dive into the top 10 fresh films to stream or look forward to right now. Number 10. Untamed, 2025. Untamed is a raw and emotionally charged wilderness survival thriller set against the vast, snowbound landscapes of northern Alaska. The film stars Florence Pugh as Ellie, a traumatized wildlife researcher who volunteers for a remote expedition to monitor wolf populations. What begins as a peaceful, solitary retreat quickly turns into a deadly struggle when a rival research team disappears and Ellie begins to suspect she's being hunted, not by animals, but by someone human. The atmosphere is thick with tension, mixing slow burn pacing with moments of brutal intensity. Visually, the film is stunning, capturing both the icy beauty and lurking terror of the wilderness. Pugh's performance anchors the story, portraying deep emotional scars and resilience. Untamed blends psychological thriller with survival drama, offering a chilling experience that explores trauma, trust, and what it truly means to survive in isolation. Number 9. Heads of State. This action comedy puts Idris Elba and John Cena in the shoes of two world leaders, the British Prime Minister and the American President. Forced to team up after a botched assassination attempt strands them in Eastern Europe. With MI6 and the CIA scrambling to locate them, the two must rely on their wits, fists, and constant bickering to survive. As they trek across hostile terrain, dodging enemies and uncovering a conspiracy, their unlikely partnership grows from mutual annoyance to something closer to camaraderie. The humor is sharp and absurd, with well-timed gags and playful jabs at global politics. But the movie also delivers hard-hitting action and some spectacular stunt sequences. Directed with flair by Ilya Naishuller, the film balances chaos and chemistry, turning what could have been a typical buddy action formula into a surprisingly entertaining geopolitical roller coaster. Number 8. Happy Gilmore 2, 2025. Nearly 3 decades after the original cult comedy, Happy Gilmore returns, older, angrier, and somehow still wielding a hockey stick. Adam Sandler reprises his role as the misfit golfer with a short temper and a long drive. In this legacy sequel, Happy is reluctantly drawn back into the world of pro golf when his estranged son, played by Timothée Chalamet, enters a high-stakes tournament. As the sport has evolved, so too has the competition, now dominated by digital sponsors, robotic caddies, and elite influencers. Happy, stuck in his old ways, must reconnect with his roots and his son to prove he's still got what it takes. The film walks a fine line between slapstick comedy and heartfelt storytelling, tapping into nostalgia while introducing new energy. It's packed with ridiculous scenarios, wild cameos, including an unhinged return of Shooter McGavin, and surprisingly sweet moments. Whether you're a longtime fan or just discovering the character, Happy Gilmore 2 brings back the laughs in unexpected ways. Number 7. Deep Cover. In this stylish 2025 crime comedy, Bryce Dallas Howard plays Kat, a quirky American acting coach in London who finds herself entangled in an MI5 operation after unknowingly mentoring 2 agents in disguise. When the agency pulls her into a plan to expose a powerful European crime syndicate, Kat must use her theater skills to impersonate high-profile operatives, all while dodging bullets and blending into scenes like its opening night. The movie's charm lies in its theatrical energy, snappy dialogue, and inventive action set pieces, ranging from chaotic dinner parties to staged prison breaks. Directed by Tom Kingsley, Deep Cover maintains a vibrant tone, bolstered by a smart script from Colin Trevorrow and Derek Connolly. It occasionally veers into implausible territory, but the film embraces its absurdity with confidence, turning it into one of the year's most entertaining crime comedies. Number 6. The Amateur. Rami Malek leads this slick espionage thriller as Charlie Heller, a brilliant cryptographer with the CIA who is drawn into the field after his partner is murdered in a staged terror attack. When the agency refuses to pursue the case, Charlie uses his skills to manipulate his way into active duty, determined to uncover the truth. What follows is a tense, globe-spanning journey through encrypted messages, backdoor servers, and black ops safehouses. Unlike most action-heavy spy films, The Amateur focuses on intelligence over brute force. Charlie is no fighter. He's a thinker, and that makes his transformation both compelling and tragic. The cinematography leans cold and clinical, reflecting the detached world of espionage, while Malek delivers a performance that's both restrained and intense. Though the pacing dips in the middle, the film builds to a quietly devastating finale. It's a cerebral, modern-day thriller that redefines what it means to be a spy. Number 5, Chief of War, 2025. Set in 18th century Hawaii, Chief of War is an epic historical drama starring Jason Momoa as Kaiana, a native Hawaiian warrior who rises to lead his people during the island's unification period. The film captures the cultural, spiritual, and military upheaval that defined the era, blending tribal conflict with colonial tension. Momoa's performance is powerful, portraying a man torn between tradition and change, warfare and diplomacy. Richly shot with sweeping island vistas and intense battle choreography, the film offers a rare cinematic portrayal of Polynesian history. It doesn't shy away from the brutality of war or the internal struggle of leadership. Instead, it builds its narrative on identity, heritage, and resilience. With supporting performances from Temuera Morrison and Cliff Curtis, Chief of War is a bold and visually striking story that shines a light on a rarely explored chapter of world history. Number 4, Final Destination, Bloodlines. This 2025 reboot of a beloved horror franchise injects fresh blood into the formula while honoring what made the originals so gripping. The story follows college student Stefani Reyes, whose grandmother survived a predicted disaster decades ago, a crumbling tower in 1969. As Stefani begins to see eerily similar visions, she realizes her family may be cursed and that death itself has come to collect. The film wastes no time setting up a relentless series of close calls and freak accidents, each more outrageous and horrifying than the last. Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, Bloodlines is the slickest and most emotionally grounded entry in the series. The deaths are outrageous, yes, but there's a real emotional core here. Themes of legacy, survivor's guilt, and fate give the horror weight. With high production value and clever twists, it's a satisfying return that respects the past while creating something frighteningly new. Number 3, The Accountant 2. Ben Affleck returns as Christian Wolf, the mathematical savant turned vigilante accountant, in this sequel that goes bigger and louder than its predecessor. Now partnered with his estranged brother Braxton, played by John Bernthal, Christian finds himself investigating a human trafficking ring tied to a series of assassinations, corrupt tech billionaires, and a mysterious hacker collective. The sibling dynamic becomes the film's emotional spine, with plenty of brutal hand-to-hand combat, gunfights, and moments of levity. Gavin O'Connor directs once again, keeping the pace tight and the stakes high. While the story gets dense with subplots and new characters, the emotional through line keeps it from falling apart. It may not match the original's quiet intensity, but it amplifies the action and deepens the character arcs in satisfying ways. Fans of gritty thrillers will find plenty to enjoy here. Number 2, Sinners. Ryan Coogler's gothic horror drama is set in 1930s Mississippi and follows two brothers, Smoke and Stack, returning home to open a blues club. But their dream turns to nightmare when they awaken a vampire force tied to local racial trauma and buried sins. Michael B. Jordan delivers a dual performance as both siblings, exploring complex themes of identity, memory, and survival. Coogler crafts an eerie, blues-soaked atmosphere, where every note carries sorrow and every shadow hides something monstrous. The film weaves haunting imagery with social commentary, never shying away from the pain of the past. With support from Wunmi Mosaku, Haley Steinfeld, and Delroy Lindo, the ensemble brings depth and weight. Sinners is not just a vampire film, it's a lament, a reckoning, and a lyrical horror piece that lingers long after the credits. Number 1, Predator, Killer of Killers. This animated anthology reinvents the Predator mythology across 3 brutal timelines: Viking-era Scandinavia, feudal Japan, and the battlefields of World War II. Each chapter introduces a different human warrior, honor-bound, skilled, and ultimately tested against the galaxy's deadliest hunter. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, the film is a stylistic triumph, using bold animation to portray different artistic styles for each era. It's brutal, elegant, and rich in detail. The action is visceral, the pacing sharp, and the themes surprisingly thoughtful. Though the voice acting can sometimes feel stiff and the format lacks the physical presence of live action, the storytelling punches through with emotional weight and creative world building. It sets the stage for Predator, Badlands, the upcoming live-action follow-up, but stands tall on its own as a thrilling, mythic experience. That's all for now. Thanks for watching Pick 10. Be sure to subscribe for more hand-picked lists of the best movies and series to explore this year.